Business applications, ESG and investment implications. In recent years, the world has witnessed a seismic shift in how businesses operate, driven by an increasing awareness of environmental issues and the urgent need for sustainable practices. At the heart of this transformation is carbon accounting, a pivotal component of environmental, social, and governance (ESG) performance that has become indispensable for companies aiming to thrive in an evolving investment landscape. As the ramifications of climate change become more pronounced, investors are now scrutinizing a company's carbon footprint, climate risk exposure, and decarbonization plans with unprecedented rigor. This shift is not only reshaping corporate strategies, but also redefining the criteria for securing investment and support. The journey toward integrating carbon accounting into corporate ESG strategies begins with the recognition that a company's environmental impact is no longer merely a peripheral concern. Investors are increasingly aware that a substantial carbon footprint can signal a range of risks, from regulatory penalties to reputational damage. As global climate policies tighten and consumer preferences shift towards sustainability, companies with high carbon emissions face heightened scrutiny. Investors, seeking to mitigate risks and capitalize on opportunities, are turning their attention to the carbon accounting practices of the firms they support. This heightened focus on carbon emissions has profound implications for investment decisions. Companies that prioritize transparency in their carbon accounting and demonstrate a commitment to reducing their greenhouse gas emissions are finding themselves in a more favorable position. Investors are not only looking for firms that can provide clear data on their emissions, but also those that have robust plans for decarbonization. The ability to articulate a credible path toward reducing carbon emissions is becoming a critical factor in attracting investment. Investors are increasingly asking questions about a company's long-term sustainability goals and how these align with their own values and expectations for responsible investment. Moreover, companies that excel in their ESG ratings are reaping tangible benefits. Strong ESG performance is increasingly linked to better funding opportunities, more favorable insurance terms, and heightened public support. Financial institutions are recognizing that companies with solid ESG practices, including effective carbon accounting, are often more resilient and better positioned to navigate the uncertainties of a changing climate. As a result, these firms may enjoy lower borrowing costs, as lenders factor in the reduced risk associated with sustainable practices. Insurers, too, are beginning to offer better terms to companies that can demonstrate a proactive approach to managing climate risk, further incentivizing the integration of carbon accounting into business strategies. The implications extend beyond financial metrics. They touch on the very fabric of corporate identity. Companies that embrace carbon accounting as part of their ESG strategy are not only contributing to environmental sustainability, but are also enhancing their resilience against future challenges. In an era where climate-related risks are becoming increasingly tangible, businesses that prioritize sustainability are likely to emerge as leaders in their industries. They are not merely responding to investor demands, but are actively shaping their business models to align with a future that prioritizes environmental stewardship. As carbon accounting becomes a cornerstone of ESG performance, it fosters a culture of accountability and innovation within organizations. Companies that engage in rigorous carbon accounting practices are often motivated to explore new technologies, adopt cleaner processes, and engage with stakeholders in meaningful ways. This proactive approach not only enhances their ESG ratings, but also creates a competitive advantage in a market that is progressively valuing sustainability. In conclusion, the growing importance of carbon accounting in ESG performance is reshaping the investment landscape. As investors become more discerning about a company's carbon footprint and climate risk exposure, firms that prioritize transparency and proactive decarbonization strategies are poised to secure better funding and support. This shift not only contributes to environmental sustainability, but also fortifies financial resilience, highlighting that in the modern economy, the path to profitability is increasingly intertwined with a commitment to responsible environmental stewardship. The future belongs to those who recognize that sustainability is not just an obligation, but a pathway to enduring success. Thank you for watching this episode of the EcoPoly Carbon Accounting Masterclass. Every number we track, every footprint we reduce, and every decision we make brings us one step closer to a low-carbon future. Whether you're an individual, a business, or a community leader, your action matters. Stay curious, stay committed, and keep building the world we all deserve. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the next step in your sustainability journey. This is EcoPoly, decoding the climate economy, one story at a time.